clock sound effect is playing. I forgot to turn it off. Yeah. Cruiser, you're rocking out. Face is great. Anyway, welcome to another nerdy episode of Another Nerdy Talk Show where I talk nerd. I'm here with my friends Jablonski and wife.
Hey.
And I'm also here with the closet Crowser.
Hey, you're the one who slept with me.
I know. I totally slept with the concert cruiser. But we didn't fucking, Cruiser, can you believe this, the sick minds these people have? Come on, like, really, come on. Get out of your brain, you fucking perverts.
So was there a bit of space, or was it nuts to butts?
It's only gay if balls touch. Okay, let's just put it this way. Wait. Of the millions of things I don't agree with Chris Chan, that's probably the only thing he said that makes sense. It's only gay if their balls touch. Oh my god. Chris Chan, if you're still out there, go back to doing Flipnote Studio videos, because those were actually legitimately funny. Hippo. I like the video Hippo. Look up his video for Hippo. It's really funny, actually. So, right before we got online, Mr. Concert Cruiser here was telling me about how one horror con that we hate is apparently suing another con in Florida that we like.
Apparently, PD Mangelli, the owner and founder of Spooky Empire, is suing Spookala over copyright infringement. Which, if you look at the two logos, they look nothing alike. It's one of the reasons why there's two movies called Frozen, one that's a Disney movie and one that's a horror film, because you can actually tell the difference by looking at them.
Yeah,
so I don't know how far this is gonna go, if at all. If anything, I've had issues with the guy with PD from Spooky Empire. So
let me see. Is it the logo?
I think so.
Let me see. Spookala logo. Spooky Empire logo. Well, what are you talking about? One looks like it looks like the logo that could be used for Spirit Halloween. The other one looks kind of metal as shit.
Yep.
Maybe because... Oh, I know why. I know why he's suing, though. I know exactly what the real reason why he's suing. He's just mad because Spooky Empire actually has horror movie shit.
You mean Spookala?
Yeah.
Okay, you said Spooky Empire has horror shit.
I feel ashamed for making that mistake. I'm sorry.
You'll fix it in post, but...
No, I won't. You know how lazy I am. I'm not gonna fix that shit in post. Go on.
But the thing, too, is that, like I said, I've had issues with PD, and apparently other people have, too. They're actually some people have actually been airing out their grievances on Spookala's Facebook page. So I, of course, typed in mine, and a lot of people are calling him Petty Petey. And
is that Pedy or Petty?
Petty, Petty.
Okay, I was about to say you can't say that on YouTube. Come on.
And like he also he treats his con almost like it's a high school clique. He's like, look, we want real horror fans, we want real horror guests, not a bunch of housewives or wannabes. Like, the fuck are you, dude? And not to mention, for starters, like, everybody needs that gateway drug that makes you tumble down the rabbit hole and explore more. Okay, we have that in the music scene, we have that in the horror scene.
Hell, we have that in the convention scene even.
There you go. And God, like, he also puts himself on every single Spooky Empire program.
What a narcissistic asshole, honestly.
And people tell me, well, it's just like a running joke that's been going on. Like, yeah, for too long. Okay, what horror films has he done?
Running joke? I'm not following.
because someone did it. Yeah, they commissioned somebody to do like their first program, and he actually put PD on there as a joke, and they just kept it going ever since.
I mean, I wouldn't say that would be a
So,
joke and more or less like fucking whatever.
and just it's like when I see him like on the cover of this program that has like all like these famous monsters and horror villains. I'm like, dude, what horror films have you done? So it's like, go fuck yourself, buddy. And he claims that look, I remember he said like, look, our fans don't want to pay so much money for an autograph. When I asked him for people from The Walking Dead, and my first thought was, your fans? They're fans of your guests, not of you. Uh, but also just said that if a guest is charging too much money for an autograph, then they'll just have to drop the price. Otherwise, they won't make any money. And gave him the example of when PlayStation 3 first came out, its price tag was $600. Uh, and nobody was buying it. They had to do something to drop the price, and they did by, I think, maybe 300, and it became one of their best-selling systems. And granted, this was on Facebook. And assuming he runs his Facebook, he said, "Well, that's not entirely true. We had Peter Criss from Kiss, and his autograph was almost 100, and people didn't seem to mind." I'm like, you just told me your fans don't want to pay so much money for an autograph when clearly they will. I am going to screen cap this, so the next time you lie to me, I am going to spread it all over the place. Next year we got Walking Dead people.
That was the only one I went to, and I'm like, even when I went to that, I'm like, I mean, this con's fine. I really don't see what the big deal is. I think it's because I just went there on a good day. The only one that was, or like when I was still relatively young. But even
And
I'm like, this con
he
is
likes
kind
to
of
claim
stupid.
that
Yeah, go
likes
ahead.
to claim that Spooky Empire is a mom and pop con. I'm like, what the fuck
No.
defines a mom and pop con?
I can kind of see,
Because
I can kind of understand a mom and pop con, honestly. I was gonna say, that's actually what I was gonna say. Spook Outlet actually feels less commercial, more like a mom and pop con. Like something like these two people decide to come up with an idea with, and they just got guess. It doesn't feel like it's like corporate.
well,
That's
what's ironic though is that Spooky Empire I feel is becoming corporate because like this year they're actually getting Danny Elfman
Oh yeah, of
for
course.
just one day and Saturday.
To be fair,
And
yeah.
you actually have to pre-buy the autograph. Now, and just to me, like, that's when you start dipping into being a corporate con.
Oh yeah,
Because, I mean, normally, like, hand them your money, boom, there you go, there's your autograph. Uh, and also just with how bad they handled Robert Englund that one year.
yeah. I'm still upset about that.
so so the way I kind of define cons is, how does a convention feel? Does it feel like a community, or does it feel like a flea market for Temu Chinese fucking knockoff crap and
For
autographs?
me, a convention is meant to feel like, well, it's like this. When I first went to Grand Brony Gala, right? I
Yeah.
feel like I had a good way to describe it that I describe for most conventions. Or maybe just fandom specific conventions, but I feel like this is a good way to describe conventions in general. When I went to Grand Brony Gala, I told my dad asked how was it, and I'm like, I feel like I had a reunion with every single friend I've ever made, even the ones you had for one day on the playground. And we all just came together for one weekend of fun. We did it.
That's kind of how I felt with at least outside of the convention events. It felt like that.
It's like you're there to meet people. You're there to have fun. You're there to have friends. Look around, shop. There's a song that was written by a pony musician called 3 Day Party Weekend, and that it's
Yeah.
about going to a convention, and it's amazing. It's sung by, Octavian, Vinyl Scratch, which is really funny. But yeah, I think the convention is more about like just being there with your friends. Honestly, I mean, like for me, I could walk around that dealer hall and like in costume and just do whatever I wanted. I mean, conventions have something for everybody.
But
Yeah.
the other thing is that even if you are a corporate con, I really don't give a shit.
Oh yeah, I
You
feel
know,
like the mom and pop thing. Like I feel like going corporate is kind of an inevitability if you get popular.
that's basically what happens. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I can't fault the direction that MTV took. I mean, yeah, it was all about music television, but the truth is that they got popular and music just wasn't, bringing in the views anymore. They had to do something to, adapt with the times, and they switched to reality TV, and they became more popular, more successful. Granted, not so much anymore, but same thing with, I would imagine the same thing with conventions. I mean, BronyCon started out as a small little get together, and then it grew into something that took up that whole convention center.
Yes, I feel like BronyCon
That's
knew exactly where it had to stop. Like if you ever want to get champ, if you feel like you won't want to do this forever, I feel like BronyCon's a good example. It knew exactly when to start and exactly when to stop.
Yeah, though I will say this too also. I have this one convention I go to every year, Bell County Comic Con.
Yeah.
Um, I'm also part of a I'm also part of a local cosplay group.
You cosplay? Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. But I also think another thing too with a lot of these cons is that the heads of the cons can get a bit greedy
Yeah.
because I've noticed this too when Bell County Comic Con first started, there was only like it filled up like two buildings at the local convention center because it's split up into like three different buildings.
Yeah.
It was a small con. I loved it when I first went. Now this thing is like massive, like overly massive, and it's only 2 days.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and from things I've heard from this cosplay group, and they've brought receipts for what they say. I feel that sometimes the heads of these conventions get in way over their head, or they feel or they are completely entitled, or they have that sort of entitlement complex
Oh yeah.
to certain things. Like
and the
with
other. Sorry, go ahead.
so it's so it's like oh, we're entitled to this cosplay group for our conventions specifically in this case, but we'll treat them like shit.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's probably a case for some other conventions as well.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not against cons going corporate, getting big, because honestly, as long as I get what I want, I don't give a shit. It's why you can say whatever you want about Orlando MegaCon, but for fuck's sake, they got a Lethal Weapon reunion.
Yeah,
So it's like, I'm sorry, but it's kind of hard for me to complain. I mean,
It's kind of like one of
do
those
they
things where you know there's problems, but you're kind of obligated to like it.
or obligated to put up with it or acknowledge that it's a, uh, I guess you could call it a necessary evil, but I can't call it evil because I'm not against capitalism. I'm not against people making money. It's, I mean, heck,
I
I don't even blame them for upcharging for a signed Funko. They're worth money.
unlike Beanie Babies.
Oh dear lord.
But anyways, you have a point. I will say though too, as kind of an add-on slash, I don't know if I want to call it a caveat. When they start hitting the questionably moral grounds, is kind of where you had to take a step back and go, I get that it's a big con. However, is what they're doing right?
Well, it depends what what is it that they're doing that is questionable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like say like my example a couple minutes ago with like, oh, they want to have exclusive uh con exclusive ability to a cosplay group or to
A
or to
certain guest,
something.
like a
Huh?
certain guest, maybe.
Yeah. Like they want to have exclusivity to it.
Yeah.
And that can be, and when they treat them like crap, you kind of had to take a step back and go, is this morally correct
Hmm.
of how they're treating these people or this guest?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't know if I should tell the story. I asked Petey once if he would ever get Ari Lehman, someone who we've had on the show,
Yeah.
and why not have his band play? And he said he tried booking Ari once and he missed his flight. Now, so now I didn't ask Ari about that, but I asked him like, have you tried looking into Spooky Empire? And he says Petey doesn't pay bands. And I'm a bit more inclined to believe my friend more than Petey, considering how much of an egotist he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Petey, you need to eat a slice of humble pie. But
But yeah.
speaking of con guests, I didn't get a chance to talk about this on the previous ants, but uh, as some of you know, the case that with my friend Billy Mitchell and the YouTuber Carl Jobs has ended, and Billy won.
Yeah, man.
And Carl, like the grand total, Carl owes Billy over $1 million.
I thought it was like 100,000 or something like that, like a little bit about in the
Well,
hundreds of thousands.
that part is going to him, but Carl also has to pay his lawyer's fees.
Oh yeah.
And I remember, uh, and like I've been trying to tell people in the comments for ages that this was never about cheating. It's always been about defamation and this claim that Carl made that Billy drove someone to commit suicide. It never was. People didn't believe me, and now y'all are gonna have to eat shit and like the taste of it. And to celebrate his Carl would often, I don't know where Carl got this idea where he thought this was going to be a slam dunk case, but he said, I am the last person to slay the Billy Mitchell dragon. So what Billy did is that he created dragon sauce and took a dragon, put his hair on it with an American tie giving a thumbs up, with the continent of Australia right next to it and a broken lance under it.
Oof. Nice.
Yeah. And he said, you'll get 10% off with the coupon code Carl Lost.
Sick.
Yeah, and now sure, I get, free hot sauce from Billy, but for this one I did actually buy a bottle because I contributed in a little way to the label. Uh Originally, if you look at the label, the lance was underneath the dragon's foot, and it was just way too difficult to see. And I said, there's a giant gap there between the dragon's foot and Australia. Why not put it there? Everybody can see it that way. And that one decision made the final cut. So I bought myself a bottle just so I can have, hey, my decision made the final cut.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad he won. I'm glad. I hope he has a good that everything can go good for him now. Still might have a little bit of recovering, but still, it's amazing. That being said, um, I do want to talk about the main event we were going to talk about tonight.
Sure.
So this week, theme park news. Um, you heard about it, right?
Yep.
Cruiser.
Yeah, why?
So I was just asking if you heard about it, that's all. I'm just being snarky because that's all I could really think about right now. Anyway, so what's happening right now is this week, May 7th to be precise, Disney announced a new park.
Just not in America.
Well, to be fair, it's not the only park that's not been in America. Shanghai Disney World, Hong Kong Disney World. There's also Tokyo Disneyland, which is arguably the best theme park on the planet. I've had several
But
friends.
that's more of a licensing agreement than it is.
Well, true, though. Then again, it's still technically a Disney park in a way.
Which is going to be the same thing for this one.
Yeah. So
And not only that, but also, Disney is very, pride friendly. Okay, that's fine. And they're taking us to a country that isn't.
well, there's more to it than that. Yeah, the jokes have been made. Haha, everybody has made it. I mean, let's just talk about what happened.
They go where the money goes. It's that simple.
Well, first of all, people, I have a photo of their advertisement, and my dad actually made a post about it. You can find it in the ants chat, the picture of Josh Mario, Robert Iger, and these other guys in there. My dad made the best post response to it, in my opinion. He said, and apparently he wasn't the only one that pointed this out. Everybody is. He says, nice trawling. Disney announces a new park by unveiling its own portal. Funny. And yes, apparently he was not far off on the boat on that one. A bunch of Universal fans are ranging from that is actually a funny middle finger to that's not fucking fair.
Well,
the reason, let me explain why. Universal originally wanted to build the park in Abu Dhabi at one point, and they were the first thing they actually began construction of it. I don't know if this is a tradition or not, but the first thing they constructed was essentially the archway for Universal Studios.
Yep.
And it's still there to this day and nothing has been built. Apparently the project was abandoned due to work practices there or something. I don't want to go into too many details because I don't really know how it works, but it had something to do with like work treatment there and everything like that, or like practices or something and all that stuff. So yeah, the Ark is still there over the open road. So if you were to go to Abu Dhabi, you can actually drive through it. I like to consider that as the theme park. But yes, Disney.
really.
But yeah, I can. But yes, as But yeah, I think that's a funny meme. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I just don't care. Honestly, I just want to see how this pans out. But yeah, I'm sorry, Cruiser, go on.
Well, a big reason why I don't give a shit is because it's not like I'm going to go there anytime soon.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
So why should I care?
So this is actually something that a TikToker I follow mentioned, is that this park is the rich people park.
So basically,
Because rich people treat
yes, basically.
rich people treat Disney as a status symbol
I can see that.
So first of all,
than anything else. So if anything, this might actually stem the rich people away from Disney World and all that.
I do like to
And
say, okay, go on.
And a couple things with this announcement too. The people that are doing this are the same ones that have done Warner Brothers, Dubai, SeaWorld Dubai.
Yeah.
They're
So
putting a whale in the desert.
no, they don't do it. But like, I do want to put this out here. We were actually questioning it. Someone in my break room actually said no one's gonna go there. No one goes to theme parks in Abu Dhabi. One guy sits up. He's like, okay, so I'm gonna stop you right there as a guy who used to live in Abu Dhabi. No, they are pretty popular there.
Yeah.
Okay, now how many Americans actually travel there? Though?
They're not. It's not. No. Well, that's the thing, Cruiser. When you make a foreign park, it's not meant for Americans. It's meant for locals.
Okay, but the
That's
point
the
I'm
full
making
point.
is the same one that I made, is that I don't live there, so it means nothing to me. I think
Okay.
that's the point that this guy was trying to make as well.
Well, no,
Yeah,
that's fine enough. I
it's
still want to talk about it. I do like the concept art they did drop for it. I actually have it in the ants
you
chat as
do.
well. I'm gonna bring it
It's
up
nice.
here.
It's nice.
The
It's nice.
the crystal castle looks amazing if you see right there. And I
Let's
don't.
see here. I think we can make out what's in here. I think I see a space mountain.
Oh yeah, there's
You want
got
to make out too?
yeah, like this is well, a lot of theme parks do this in a way. But yeah, I like that how it's like just a crystal rock. I do see some Tomorrowland in there. And
Yeah, the dome over in the corner on the left. I
yeah,
swear to God, if that's gonna be like that
Horizons.
play pavilion,
Yeah. That's gonna be one big park. I like how it blends into that waterscape in the background. I wonder how they're gonna do that.
it's Abu Dhabi. But anyway, so this deal is essentially like Tokyo Disney, where it's more of a licensing thing
Yeah,
than than it is Disney owning the park.
yes, that's the other thing people were kind of raving about with that Universal fans were kind of raving about for that's not fair because like they're saying Disney's is being a bunch of wimps for saying yeah if the park fails it's not technically their fault.
No, but considering that they got the people that have made successful park after successful park,
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to probably be a winner
Oh yeah, I'm
because
not expecting it to be
if
like a
you've
worldwide
seen
success, but it's going to be a winner, no doubt.
if you've seen Warner Brothers World in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai, in Dubai,
Oh yeah, that's where it's
and
from.
SeaWorld, yeah,
I didn't even know
both of them are in Dubai.
I didn't know SeaWorld was in Dubai, but I've heard the legacy of Warner Brothers World. I heard good stuff about Warner Brothers World.
Oh yeah, I've seen the walkthroughs of that
I
place,
know a
and holy
lot of
shit.
people travel to go to that thing. A lot of people travel for Warner
Yeah,
Brothers
and
World.
if you watch and I've seen walkthroughs of SeaWorld Dubai, and it's amazing.
Yes, like
So
say what you will
do I
about
think this park is going to do I think this park is going to fail? Fuck no.
yeah, like I do like the artistic architecture of Dubai of that area, honestly. I think they have some good architecture designs. I also like how in the I'm looking at the Warner Brothers world they have a Harry Potter attraction there. I'm like, how
Yeah,
the
and then we're
fuck
gonna
did
be
you get
getting
away with that?
because Harry Potter is owned by Warner Brothers.
Oh my god, witchcraft in the Middle East, my goodness. I
But
mean, like, keep in mind, like, and yeah, like I said, Tokyo Disney, they do have a similar situation. They pay Disney to license the characters and maintain that look while being able to create their own ideas with help from the Imagineering.
yeah,
That's one of the reasons why it became the most success. It's considered the best theme park in the world. And that's not by personal opinion. That is actually a staple it has amongst theme park fans. And Bruce, my friend
yeah.
Bruce, and recently my friend Corey has verified it. Like I immediately messaged Corey when I heard about when I decided to talk about this. I'm like, so Tokyo Disney does it live up to to the reputation it's been given about best theme park in the world? Not even any hesitation. She's like, yup, it definitely lives to that. The technology is amazing. The presentation's great. The locals, it's basically what a Disney park that if you ever get the chance to travel to a Disney park, Tokyo Disney is the place to go.
Yes.
Like Bruce was talking
I
about
can vouch for that.
the Sinbad ride there and the Compass in Your Heart song that was made by Alan Menken. Menken, he said, I had wanted to ride that thing I could ride that thing all day. It was amazing.
I would want to go there for a few rides. One of them would be the Tower of Terror.
Oh yeah, because there's like a whole different
I love
story.
this whole different story, and it's so damn good.
Yeah, Bruce said the same thing. The Tower of Terror in Tokyo Disney. Essentially, it's not Twilight Zone. It's this rich man has a tower, I think, and he goes exploring, gets this oracle
Yeah, because he's part of
statue.
C.
Huh?
He's part of the C organization.
Yeah, and he gets this idol that the locals are saying that's a cursed idol. He's like, yeah, bullshit. And he goes in the elevator, and I don't think it was bullshit.
Yeah, he snuffed out a cigar on top of the idol's head.
Yeah, he snuffed out a cigar on top of the idol's head. The idol gets pissed off, and yep, you're stuck in that elevator with the idol, which is something you don't want. It's actually arguably scarier than the one one in Hollywood Studios. And Cruiser, do you think the one in the Hollywood Studios is a little bit scary, or at least creepy, at least?
Uh, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say it's roughly a Coraline levels of scary.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You see the
Yeah, it's Twilight Zone. If you've seen Twilight Zone, you kind of know what to expect.
yeah, it's like it's not in your face, over the top scary. It's like okay that you see.
It's like a
It's
5.
eerie.
It's what?
It's like a 5.
Eerie.
Yeah, it's like good. It's like it's visually scary. That's fine. It's cool.
That's scary. It's like eerie to me.
It's like
you
atmosphere.
get that little creeps.
It is scary,
Walking
but not.
right into it.
It's at least it may not be scary, but it's still scary. It's creepy, not scary.
Yeah, unsettling. I think is
Yeah.
probably the best term. Like
The
if you've
one
never seen a single Twilight Zone episode
I
and you
have
don't know what Twilight Zone is, you'll probably be unsettled by it.
yeah.
And as a fan of Twilight Zone, I can I'm familiar with it, so I know what to expect. So the effect doesn't have that much of
Yeah.
a thing on me,
A little bit of a fun
but
fact.
I still love writing it.
A little bit of a fun fact here. If you go in, no one ever, since you're a big fan of the Twilight Zone, you're probably going to think this is awesome. If you leave the next to the place where you get the photos, if you look on the wall, you'll see the chart that's the Markov chart from Little Girl Lost.
Yep.
I thought that was a real cool Easter egg. When I put that, I was like, I'm sorry, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh my God, I don't know whether to feel upset or not.
I
You
still
know,
remember when I remember when the three of us went on that ride
yeah, I was about
together.
to mention that. With the
And
fucking
right
penny.
after we all met with Pocahontas and we're getting our picture with her, I said, your grandmother Willow looked awfully similar to my step grandmother. She goes, "Oh, was your step grandmother filled with just as much wisdom and as mine?" And I go, "Sober." And everybody around us dies laughing except her. She was a pro. Did not break character at all.
I could tell you this too. Probably after she went, she was laughing her ass off.
That's what I
After
like
she was
about
away
Disney
from guests,
character.
she
That's
was
what I like
laughing
about
her
Disney
ass off.
characters. They at least still have to stay in character, which is really good. But like,
That's why it's good if you have to wear giant costumes. You can laugh and no one would notice.
Part of me wants what I would want to do at some point is if whenever I get a chance to go back,
yeah.
if that Frozen show is still there, I know exactly what I want to do.
What are you gonna do?
The puddle gag.
Oh yeah, I've seen people do the puddle gag. I like what
It's
they do.
fucking, the reactions are goddamn hilarious.
I like the guy. He just
Puddle gag.
so you've seen Frozen, right?
Of course.
There's the scene where Olaf's singing in summer,
Okay.
and there's that point where he's saying what was the lines?
And it's like uh about running through the flowers, like I can't remember. It's like
When it is
something puddle.
cuddle. When it is summer, I'll be a happy
Puddle!
snowman. Instead of puddle, if you say puddle in the Frozen show,
The narrators fucking lose their minds.
yeah,
Depending on the person.
mine just shouted security. The Frozen show is bad, but it's cheesy in every way you would love it. I do like the effect at the end where they make it snow in the entire room.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is cheesy as fuck, and I love it. It's just as much
I
cheese.
have a
It's the
feeling the
right
people
amount of
just run with
cheese.
it because just to get people to come in, they just run with the gag.
I mean, me and my girlfriend went there last week. Made her first lightsaber, by the way. And we're exploring the outside near the outpost where they get pictured with Star Wars characters. And I'm looking at the Disney's Kids Pavilion. I'm like, that is where the Bluey meet and greet is going to be, no doubt.
I'm kind of bummed that I didn't do the meet and greet with Star Wars characters.
I know, right? We could have totally rocked it with Darth Vader, man.
Oh yeah, we could have. But
I already. So yeah.
Yep. Get a picture of
But,
BB-8. He's just a stationary statue, and the line's really short. It's all good. I like talking to BB-8. Who doesn't like BB-8? Come on.
I want to say my favorite theme park video that I've ever seen was during one of the Christmas parades.
Oh yeah.
And this lady's eating a gingerbread cookie
Yeah.
during the Christmas parade. a costume character from the parade that's a gingerbread man walks up.
Ah!
Yeah, the one lady's going and tries to get him to walk away. Another person a dude in the back is like, look away, look away.
Yeah, everybody was freaking out this year with Tally the elf.
Yeah,
He was at MegaCon.
Oh, he was.
Yeah,
Shit.
the actor who played him was at MegaCon. Cruiser, you haven't seen, you've heard about Tally the elf, the new Disney character that's everybody's fucking falling in love with.
No.
So he was this Christmas elf that runs up to random guests during the parade, and he has the naughty and nice list, and he says, "What's your name? What's your name?" You give your name. He's like, "Okay, let's see, Justin Sprower." Naughty, naughty. He like calls you out.
You do realize that Jablonski probably has his own list, right?
Yep.
It's just his name printed 1,000 times.
Yep. But yeah, he's like really cool. He's like over the top. He goes to
blacklist?
people. Everybody loves him. There are now cosplayers, players, and they're hoping he makes a return back because it was like something the guy who played him basically invented. But yeah, like one of the things that's really interesting there, what was I gonna say? I like I remember I only made one Disney movie video for YouTube, and it was post Disney MegaCon trip, where me, Bruce, Eric, Sal, Jasmine, and some other guy, I think. It might have been just, I think it was Sal's girlfriend. We all went to Disney like the day after MegaCon and just ran amok around Epcot. It's where the video is where I got my favorite phrase: "A spoonful of sugar helps the Beverly go down." We actually got a friend of mine who did the Beverly challenge, by the way. And as soon as he's done, I'm like, dude, stop being a puss. I like literally fill 2 glasses full with it and I down it and I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm gonna get, I don't know why. Well, I've always wanted to get a Beverly shirt. Keep calm, drink Beverly. Funny enough, Epcot, you know the keep calm meme, right?
Yeah.
Cruiser, you know if you're familiar with the keep calm meme?
Yeah.
The original meme was keep calm and carry on. That actually originated in Epcot. They used to have a shirt that said keep calm, carry on, and it caught on. And that's where it came from.
I prefer the song by Fun, but whatever.
What was the song?
Carry on.
If you're lost and alone and you're sinking like a stone, carry on.
Oh my god.
If you ever listen to that album, those guys listen to a lot of Queen.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm actually gonna be doing Universal in June 14th with Sarah. And so Cruiser, since you're the Universal man, what kind of stuff should we do?
Is this her first time?
No, she's been there before. She goes there for Halloween Horror Nights. And what else should I do that's not that's other than the Bourne Legacy show that you keep recommending that I agree with?
Do the ride your father worked on, Men in Black,
Oh,
because apparently there's a hack on there.
There is?
Yeah, when you go to fire at your opponent's cart, aim at your own cart and it doesn't know the difference.
Are you serious?
You can rack up I am serious. You can rack up a lot of points doing that.
That's actually really cool because apparently the Men in Black ride got a real cult following just recently.
They did.
Not just for the hack, but people were apparently, I think I've heard of the hack. I didn't know what it was. I heard there was a hack found or like an exploit. But apparently people went on it caused people to go on the ride and they're like, this is actually pretty damn good. I like this game. I don't blame them. Men in Black's a good thing. They're trying, and I feel like people know its years are limited at this point, so they're trying to make as much as they can. Dude, I totally want to get David Cobb on this podcast just to talk Men in Black, dude. But like, yeah, Men in Black, go on. Anything else?
Okay, let's see here. Obviously, the Wizarding Worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Park. That's a must. Plus also the Mummy, Revenge of the Mummy.
Obvious.
Just because indoor roller coasters are so friggin' rare. And I remember taking my friend Brad on, I think, for the first time. That false ending he did not see coming.
Really?
Yeah. And the other thing, too, that's worth doing is that a lot of them will offer tours of their attractions. So if you go, so for like the Revenge of the Mummy, they actually take you under the track.
Nice.
With the Men in Black ride,
We
you can
went on
actually
one.
go in. Yeah, we did that one where you go into like the holding area.
That was great. Yeah, the little place where we got a selfie with the twins, man. I still have to find the pictures from that. That was great.
And
Let's tell you, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can I tell that story real quick?
sure, go ahead.
Okay, so I was skipping on work. It was the first time I was full time, and I'm like, am I gonna get in trouble if I skip on work? Why not? And we were there at Men in Black. We were celebrating its 21st anniversary. We were celebrating it reaching its drinking age. And when we did, um, we went on the ride. I went with David Cobb, who was the project manager on it, and we were waiting for the other people of the 999,999 club. And I'm like, wait, Cruiser's here. I immediately messaged him like, Cruiser, get the fuck over here as fast as possible. Well, he's like, okay, and why? I'm just get the fuck over here. I didn't tell him anything. And by the time he's here, he's catching his breath and he's sweating to death. And I'm like, Cruiser, cool, you made it. This is David Cobb. We're gonna go tour the floor.
And yeah, and it was a trip too because I actually got to ride it with him. Like he's sitting next to me.
Oh yeah, man. I did it too. It was great. David was a good dude. I loved him.
The other thing too is the horror makeup show.
Oh yeah.
Just because I love the set to that thing.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful. I love it.
I think I think that show's days are limited, and I kind of always thought to myself as a dead dream, like, if me and Cruiser auditioned for that show, we would make it work fully. Who would be playing who? I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters.
Like here's what we're gonna do. Like it's like Evan, I'll need you to select somebody. Okay, here I'll select it by throwing this brick. Like no, you're not gonna throw a brick. Just pick one. It's not even real. I don't care if it's boom.
I'm just out and about. Gone like the kid from Final Destination 1.
Let's see here. Oh, there's also that new Wicked thing that they have there now.
Oh yeah, the store with Wicked where you can get a picture with Galinda and Alphaba.
And some of the props and the wardrobe they have on display.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's a definite. The Minions thing you can skip.
Yeah.
Just no.
Yeah, you can just look at it and say, yeah, that looks like Brack's eyes. Just move on from there.
I will say, part of me does have a soft spot for Race Through New York with Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, I love the fact that it's a lineless queue and it's a museum of the Tonight Show. So that alone, in my opinion, makes it worth it.
Yep.
Before
you say it next, no, I'm not taking her on Fast and Furious. No.
Oh, come on, it's a rite of passage.
I'm not taking her on Fast and Furious. I'm not going to waste my time at Fast and Furious. Come on.
Howard.
Oh, come on. There's no weight restrictions on that ride.
I'm sorry. Weight restrict. Oh, I thought you said, when you said wait, I thought like waiting in line. I guess that can technically apply.
Yeah, that technically counts.
Okay, move on to Islands of Adventure. Give me some Islands of Adventure stuff.
Okay, I also would recommend you do that first, and the first one you hit is the Hagrid coaster.
Really? Yeah,
just because that line fills up.
Not Velocicoaster. She's really wanting. She's actually concerned about Velocicoaster. Do you think she'll be able to ride it?
Yeah, it's to quote Gabriel Iglesias, it's really fluffy friendly.
Yeah, that's why I said I look at him like, look, the Concert Cruiser can fit on this. I'm pretty sure you can too.
But also because you'll notice though that the restraint isn't an over the head harness; it's a lap bar.
Yeah, which actually makes it more scary.
Yeah, actually it does.
Yeah.
But the Hagrid coaster, fills up faster just because Harry Potter is a more well-known IP than Jurassic World.
I know, that's why. Did I ever tell you what I refer to Harry Potter and refers to Universal? Universal's scapegoat. Because if they ever needed a new attraction or if they're having a downfall, I'm like, Potter ride. Look, people, a new Potter ride's coming.
The Forbidden Journey, which is right next door. Like, yeah, that's fine too. Yeah, you'll be able to.
It's pretty good.
And also the Jurassic Park River Adventure.
Classic, yeah.
Yeah. And of course, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man definitely is going to be there.
Yeah, Spider-Man. I would also, again, this is kind of outdated because last time I was there was like in 2010.
Hulk. Do I even need to ask if Hulk's worth it?
Hulk is worth it.
Of course it's worth it, you motherfucker.
Yeah, especially they made those updates years ago. Like the soundtrack was done by one of the guys of Fallout Boy.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
actually, something was really cool that was found last year, Cruiser. Someone found the raw footage of the original low quality version of the Spider-Man ride.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I gotta send it to you. It looks really cool without the props in the way. It's like really weird to look at, and there's like no music.
Wait,
I'll look it up and I'll
riding the
send it to you real
Spider-Man
quick.
ride.
Hold on. Actually,
Yeah, I remember riding the
there's actually
Spider-Man
another ride that actually recently got a recent weird cult following. And that was the Cat in the Hat ride.
Yeah,
You ever hear about that, Cruiser?
it's not a bad ride.
Heard about it? No. Have I been on the ride? Of course.
People think it. I don't think it's. I think it's a cute kids ride, but apparently people have been looking into it. I'm like, this ride is actually a lot scarier than I thought. Someone made
Well,
a video
actually,
on it, and actually people started looking at it more like, yeah, this is actually kind of not unsettlingly scary.
well, it used to be because the spins were a lot more faster, but they slowed those down.
Yeah, it's a trippy ride in my
I
opinion.
I have a feeling that ride's going to get a refurb relatively soon.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, because of the new Cat in the Hat movie that's going to be coming out.
Oh, there's another
They're
one.
making another one.
Yeah.
Okay, look.
The same who did the Grinch movie. I'll take that as a yes.
I don't know. So long as they like, as long as they don't see Mike Myers in a cat costume, I'll be fine with it.
Let's see, Kong. You can probably skip.
Yeah, Kong is.
Especially now they got rid of the 3D.
Oh my God, they did?
February next year, it says.
Kong is like a. I don't hate Kong. I just think it's like. I don't get it.
Probably don't. The water rides. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for the water rides because they're not bad, but nobody wants to get wet.
And really ironic in Florida because the summers are abnormally hot. But yeah.
Yeah, Dudley Do Right though I will say is good.
Oh yeah, I heard the Dudley Do Right ride is pretty good. Then again, I still stand by it. Water rides are boring.
Bill Hader is supposed to be the voice of Cat in the Hat.
Bill Hader. That's actually not too bad.
And there's also a sequel to Napoleon Dynamite coming.
Neat.
Gosh.
I don't hate Napoleon Dynamite. I just think it's fine.
There we go. Let's see here. Yes, you have to keep the baby tuned. Doctor Doom's Fearfall.
No.
I will say the cute. What's wrong with the what?
Well, look, it's not that I hate that the ride is bad. I just I don't do free fall rides.
Well, the point I'm getting at is that the queue is worth seeing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know the ride is nothing, but I'm like, no, I can't do free fall. I can't do free fall rides. Before you pointed out, yes, I know Tower of Terror is there, but look, the difference between Tower of Terror is you're in a themed environment. The ride is technically not a free fall ride; it's a trackless ride, which people don't really notice. It actually is a trackless ride. It's an old school one where the wires are exposed, but you're too mesmerized by the visuals to notice the track, and it's also enclosed.
You are a pussy.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Kind of obscure one, but that was a Shay quote, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, which episode?
It was when they started. It was during the Aqua Unit Patrol Squad 1.
Oh, I probably didn't
see
that one. I haven't seen a lot of Aqua Unit Patrol Squad, believe it or not.
Mm.
But yeah, I know. But yeah, like I'm sorry, free fall rides just don't do it for me. They're like the most. Apparently, they're actually considered to be the most accident-prone rides out there.
You've never been to Action Park.
They didn't know. Well, I know about Action Park. I know the Legacy Action Park had, but no, I mean thematically, like like categorically. Theme park.
Okay, funny story. Speaking of those types of rides, long before I met any of you guys, my dad took me to Las Vegas for a father and son trip, and we go to uh, that one tower that's fucking tall.
Oh,
I
the
can't remember.
Space Needle.
That's in Seattle.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking about.
The Stratosphere Tower, and and it turns out they have like 4 different rides up there. And my dad, pays to go on some. It's like, here, buddy, go up there and have some fun. I'm like, you're not coming with me? Fuck that, no! so so the first thing I do is the ride you're talking about, having the one that shoots you up further. That one I actually felt safe on, just because I'm on a set track. I know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
But then there's the other one that swings you out over the side, spreads, and then spins around.
Yeah.
And I went on that thing, and I was the only one. So in my head, I'm thinking, if this thing falls, my side's going first. And as I'm getting off, there's more people in line, and I shout, "Go to the bathroom first!"
There's also that weird teeter-totter ride, and then there's the roller coaster.
They got rid of the roller coaster,
I
actually.
can understand why, because that one was legitimately. I'm sure it was fun, but no, I'm like, yeah, the roller coaster was probably legitimately dangerous to maintain.
No, it was boring, actually.
Really?
Kurt did it. It's basically like just an extreme merry-go-round. You go around 3 times, and that's it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. They got rid of that and then got the teeter-totter ride. But now there's another one that's an additional upcharge where you just jump.
Why?
Yeah, you just jump up.
I don't know why people do that shit. There was also one more thing before we go to the final 5. There was another. We all know about what happened in Florida. That kid in that one free fall ride, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there the day after the memorial there. Did you ever hear about the incident about the Superman Tower of Power?
Don't think so.
So this is actually a very, very infamous story. There was a Superman ride called Tower of Power. And what happened was, I can give you a basic detail of what happened. It was a free fall ride, Superman thing. It launches you up and you fall down. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but this one girl, it was in 2007. I'm reading the AI thing here. It was in Kentucky Kingdom Six Flags. A 13-year-old girl's feet were involved. It lifts passengers high into the air before dropping them at a speed and experienced mechanical issues during the ride, including a cable falling and cutting through the girl's legs. One fell off.
Ow.
Both fell off. They were able to recover one and reattach it. The other one, the ride was destroyed. The ride was destroyed, and the park at Six Flags St. Louis removed the ride from its website early 2021. Sadly, much like the incident with what was that ride that replaced Carousel of Progress in California, Jablonski?
I think it was like
America Sings. It's kind of that ride had a legacy similar to the American Sings ride that Disney had. I'm not going to go into that because I have to talk about that other bad ride. It was called the Final 5.
I want to actually sneak in a Final Destination reference.
No, you may not. I'm tired of talking about that movie. Anyway, welcome to the Final 5, where we talk about Final 5 shit and Final 5 stuff and Final 5 sings. I'll go first, starting now. What can I say? I don't know what to say, really. I'm going to be doing some updates to my Droid Pod. I don't know. Not much to say, honestly. I'm going to be prepping up more for my work in June. That being said, let's move on to the next one here. The next one will be Jablonski. And Jablonski, your time begins now.
Okay, so a few things. One is I am done with school.
Neat.
I failed my class. It was a matter of balancing everything because I have a move coming up, along with a wedding, along with work, and I thought I could manage it, but I couldn't. Even the teacher was kind of letting me down gently on it. But anyways, with that out of the way, I can focus on getting my new place cleaned up and fixed up. I got
Time.
wedding stuff, and
So,
also
well, I will say, dude, you can't deny that you tried. It's all good.
yeah, I tried.
All right. Next up will be the other guy. Go.
Okay, well, I got, another one for the collection. I have John C. Riley. Yeah, apparently this guy is notorious for not signing autographs or taking pictures, but he's releasing an album called Mr. Romantic where he did sign pre-orders, so I hopped on it. But anyway, I have written more in my book. I have found another person to collab with for the music portion of it. Now, granted, he is more of an electronica artist, but if he can at least help me, I'll take it. I have my Breaking Benjamin concert with Stained coming up. That's literally next week. And also, now that Evan is paid off for the latest project, I can now go back to work with Hoof Rock. But first things first, I gotta get a new cord for my microphone.
Yeah. Help me, Mr. Concert Cruiser. You're my only hope. Star Wars. All right, let's see. All right, thank you again, everybody, for joining us tonight. We'll be back next week with Evan Can't Draw. And... bleh.
It's the end of the show, so don't blow it. It's the end of the show, so don't blow it. It's the end of the show, so don't blow it. End it right.
My life is a bacon-wrapped hell on earth.